And so, I told him, because at that point I was like, I don't give a fuck. Because now this is the third pregnancy. What we doing?
Okay.
So that's just kind of skipping the timelines, briefly to get you an idea of, how we got there. So that's
the Texas trip was 2022?
what we in.
We're in 2023 right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
August
2022.
Yeah. So
okay.
that was the
months
Texas
before you came out.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm going through it. I'm emotional. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, it's the third pregnancy. Like, you keep knocking me up, and then you keep, like, he pulled on me. Like, he kept, a couple of times I left him, and he just kept saying, like, so you gonna leave me hanging like everybody else, and you're gonna do that to me. You're supposed to be my peace and this and that. He made me feel guilty. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, so I take him back. But he act like he was not happy at home when people saying he have a wife. It was easy for me to believe that they wasn't in a relationship, because first of all, they never intimate on social media like you would see, normal couples. So I looked at that. I was like, they're never intimate, and then the way he calling me and hitting me up and begging on me, it's just like, it was easy to believe. He always complimented me. First of all, that's how he got me. He always complimented me, told me, I know shit happens. I know niggas do shit. But, he was just like, kept telling me, you fucking with a real nigga. I'm a real nigga. Like this, I don't compare me to nobody else. And, he was like, I got you, and we locked in for life. And, he always just complimented me. Told me I was the best thing ever happened to him. He told me I remind him of his mama. It was just like, he cried. He cried in front of me. No man not gonna just cry.
What did he cry about?
He wasn't happy.
Oh, with Latasha?
He just was like, he
landed on that.
He just was like, he wasn't happy.
Lord Jesus.
He missed his mom. He really, a man not gonna do that to just any woman. Let that woman see him in tears. So I was just like, okay, this nigga really love me then. So that's how I'm looking at it. Even when his son had that accident, 3:00 in the morning, he called me on a scene with the police. FaceTime me, So I'm like, okay, he called me. It was a lot of things. He just kept pulling at me. Like, he pursued me. Plenty of times I was like, go be with your wife, whatever, go. And he would explode. He gets so mad. So, people were saying, well, he lived with his wife. Okay. Where I come from, my mama and daddy lived together while they were separated or trying to figure it out. My mama lived upstairs, my daddy lived downstairs. My mama had the front door, he had the back door. We would go visit my mama upstairs, and be honest, like on the weekends, as funny as it sounds, we go visit my daddy. If it wasn't his time, we had to get permission. Ma, can we go at daddy real quick downstairs? And that's how it was. I did it with my kids' daddy. I was married, and I was in a relationship for 15 years. And I got 3 kids that came out of there. So when people say I'm a home wrecker, that's not who I am. I'm actually a lover girl. I'm a relationship type woman. That's why I say this situation was it was different. I never did nothing like this before, but lesson learned. But I did it with my kids' daddy. My kids were young, and I didn't want them back and forth. So, we kind of stayed together, roommate, until, we figured it out. So it was easy for me to believe the stuff he was telling me, because I come from that. I was used to that. And then, like I said, they don't show their love on, social media like how some people be. So it's easy for me to believe that. And let me tell you, he's good.
He's good?
He's good.
At everything.
I didn't say, he's a good manipulator.
Oh, okay.
He's a really good manipulator. Like his game is good. His game is good because, he really, he know how to...
What about gifts? What type of gifts did he buy? I see that rock right there.
This is me. This ain't...
Oh, okay. All right.
This ain't him.
Any gifts?
This is me.
The chain? I see the chain.
This, all...
Okay.
All this is me.
Okay.
I have to look. All this is me. So that's the thing, too. I never asked him for nothing. Right?
Oh, Lord, no.
No, I'm keeping it real. I was stupid because it's leading up to something. I never asked. That's why I'm pissed off. I never asked him for nothing. But that's just me in general. Like, even with my kids, I don't ask for nothing. He provides. He just do for me, because I'm a giver. I'm the giver, always. So I never asked him for nothing. I'm not that type of girl. I don't have my hands out. I really don't. I just don't. And my family say I'm different, too. Like, I grew up like that.
The man, it was in a whole situation. He's still married. And he's
nothing. He took me on trips, and he, but anyway, he took me on trips.
Now, next time you got to require some type of
next time
form of
next time I'm gonna know who's for me, because I shouldn't have to ask. You just shouldn't have to ask.
Closed mouths don't get fed.
But you shouldn't have to ask. You shouldn't have to ask. That's just I just feel like you shouldn't have to ask. And
so you guys, when you went on trips, you were public together.
well, yeah, we've been out. People seen us out together. I mean, he tongued me down in the middle of a Vegas club in front of everybody. Like, I mean, we've been out together. And I mean, you know, I met friends, business partners, you know, yeah, I met a good bit of people. I've been to So Def studios with him. I've been to T.I. studio with him. I've been around I've been with him places, people seeing us together. A lot of artists he was managing. Like I've been in the mix.
So you've been around T.I.?
I've been around T.I.'s studio when T.I. was there, yes. Now he didn't like introduce me to T.I. But all us was like, well, I was inside the studio for a little while, and when
you
we
know
got
where
outside,
I'm going with this, right?
No, so when we got outside, everybody hanging out, mingling, and you know, everybody outside. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I know, I'm sure people saw him get in my car or me get in his car a couple times or whatever. But you know, I've been around.
Everybody know Tiny, and I'm sure Tiny is privy to these conversations. And such a small world in Atlanta.
It's a small world, and that's another thing. I'm like, well, he taking me around all these people, so maybe their relationship is a business, like he told me it was, you know, and you know, so because I'm like, we really out, you know, and I was trying to protect him when he would try to kiss on me and stuff. I'm like, okay, he don't care, you know. We was messing around inside T.I. studio, you know what I'm saying, and you know, so I was just like, you know,
Tiny, did you know about this?
I'm just keeping it real, you know. So that's why. I mean, we were out in the public, and I know they got cameras there, you know, around or whatever inside the studio. I'm sure you do. So, you know, I was just like, okay, you know. So he was my man. Now I was helping him. I felt like, you know, he was stuck in a place. This is when I say about I didn't ask him for nothing. I was just like, he talked about a lot of things he wanted to do for me. I felt that he was genuine, but I felt like the money wasn't his money. So I kind of was patient with him.
Boom.
So I always was just like, okay, well, listen, if this is what you're doing, like tap back into that who you was before all of this shit. Like, go, you know, I would feed him, you know, positivity and try to, you know, get him going and make him believe in it. So I felt like he was insecure. So I'll be telling him, like, go tap back into that who you was with before all of this shit. You know, if you did it before, you could do it again. You know, so I'm like, go do something, like get your shit off you know, do whatever you got to do. So he started bringing in other artists, like country artists and stuff like that, trying to build his own stuff. So to start moving, I'm sitting with you right here, right? So, you know, that's why I was pissed off. I was, you know, I mean, and I feel like I gave him enough time. I was patient with him.
TKOdeals.com. Guys, we finally got the glutathione complex. All right, so this is the inner glow. This helps to even your skin tone without you having to get injections or IVs. When you see them girls looking real bleached and things like that, it's because they're using too much glutathione and they're putting it in their veins, whereas you could take a tablet a day and use it with our Koji Cocoa soap, okay? That's on the site all over your body, helping to even your skin tone, helping to brighten the skin tone, and things like that. That's why my skin is just so nice. You don't see me all bleached and extra light because I don't use too much. This is a nice, fair dosage, all right? Give it about 6 weeks. You should see improvements, but with the Koji Cocoa soap, you'll definitely see improvements within like a couple of days, okay? And so the reviews are on the site. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order. And so, and this is just it's an amazing combination, okay? So glutathione as well as the Koji Cocoa soap. Don't forget, guys, all right? 2 of the must-haves, which is the sea moss, 10,000 milligrams, 98% of the vitamins and minerals that our body needs. Every one of us needs to supplement. We need to supplement with plant-based products. Sea moss is plant-based. It comes from the sea, okay? It's extracted, and now it is in a mango flavor as well as a pineapple flavor, all naturally extracted fruits that are mixed together with the sea moss. It kills that fishy smell because, you know, sometimes sea moss can be I worked at I was a bartender at a strip club, and that fish smell with women was real. Okay, I used to hate when they be like, go get Star to the stage. I'd be like, I'm not going back there. I'm not going back there. I'm a bartender. I'm a bartender. But you ain't got to worry about all that, okay? And also on top of the sea moss, it has spirulina, zinc, burdock root, okay? This is easy. You can pop it in your water, pop it under your tongue. It's highly absorbable, which means you're going to absorb it real fast as opposed to a capsule. And don't forget, guys, in addition to that, that's something that's highly nutritious for you and also helps your T cells to activate when it's time to activate when you come in contact with different bacterias and viruses and stuff like that. The mushroom extract complex, shiitake mushrooms, one of the main ingredients in here, has been shown through clinical studies to completely help the body to eradicate HPV. They use it in HIV therapy and things like that. And if you can't take mushrooms, the texture and consistency, the gummies are here. They're very, very highly nutritional. They're very good, okay? But we also have the T cell and NK cell mushroom Vitamix, which is the powder. I put this in my smoothies, put it in my coffee. You can even put it in your food, okay? And eat it over the course of a few days, all right? We had a woman write in the other day saying that they couldn't get her calcium levels up, and they tried everything when she was in the hospital. And so something clicked and told her, hey, go get me that mushroom powder. And immediately the doctors were trying to figure out what got her calcium levels up, and it was because of her powder, the Vitamix, the T cell and NK cell Vitamix. And so her family ended up ordering 6 bottles, okay? I think selling us out that day, and then we had to bring more in stock with the vendor and everything like that. But you can get these on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order. And don't forget, in addition to the sea moss drops, we have the sour sop and sea moss drops, okay? So island people, stand up. I know y'all love y'all sour sop. It's highly nutritional, has a lot of anti-inflammatory properties and things like that. And so this is available as well too with sea moss, black seed oil, and sour sop, okay? Very, very potent, all right? And so our island people will know about this. They put it in their tea, they put it in their coffee, their water. But like I said, if you're just a plain Jane like me, you just want your regular sea moss, we pop it in. But you can get all three all 3 in 1 for the sea moss, okay? Magnesium is a must, okay? And so very high quality magnesium is a must. And it's a must because a lot of times as Black people, when we have like heart attacks or muscle cramps or spasms or high blood pressure and things like that, half the time, especially given through clinical studies, it's because our magnesium levels are extremely low, okay? And we can get magnesium from water. A lot of us don't drink a lot of water, and we can get it from visiting the sea. Milk of magnesia, I'm not a friend of that, just because it helps to relax the bowels too much to the point where you can take it in, but you're pooping it out. And so taking 1 to 2 magnesium pills a day that are anywhere from 250 milligrams of magnesium to 500 magnesium. I usually take mine at night to help me to, relax. Blood pressure used to be through the roof, okay? Especially with me being an entrepreneur. They say entrepreneurs have the most heart attacks and strokes because we're always constantly worried and things like that, always tight and clenched. Magnesium, taking it at night, after about a week, you should see yourself to start to relax, blood pressure going down according to clinical studies. I am not a doctor, but talk to your doctor about it. Or you can do your own research on Google or is it Chat GPT or Chat GTP, whatever. Okay, but we do have magnesium, high quality magnesium that is made and sourced in the UK. So we have a very good company with high quality supplements. That's one thing that we pride ourselves on, especially with the D3. Y'all keep selling this out, okay? 10,000 IUs of D3 with vitamin C mixed together. We cannot keep that in stock. I keep trying to tell the company, y'all need to make more, like it's not enough. And they're like, we just never had sales like this. I'm like, well, the winos is different. And Black people, we need vitamin D, a lot of it, because we don't get a lot of sun. We're not out in the sun. We're not exercising like we should and things like that. And even if we are, sometimes our body just can't convert it because we're not properly supplemented, all right? So all of this is available on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 to help get yourself supplemented with high quality supplements that I personally use and recommend daily. And yes, this is sponsored, okay?